Need to save allies, or will the extra damage actually be pretty nice?
The target allies is really good with the Drow, I'd say, because Drow's a little vulnerable, but with that said, plus 300 rolling boulder is a lot of damage. That's a lot.
I mean, what's that?
It's 400
the whole
instead of 100.
Then is just,
it's 400 instead of 100. That's a huge difference. Make it work.
And they're going to get Roche out of this. I don't. Can Liquid do anything about this? They are around. They are going to smoke up, but there's no Miracle. He doesn't have bots, he doesn't have any way of getting over there unless he wants to start blinking over right now. GH eyeing it up, but it's already going to be OG trying to fight. Jerax rolls forward, will get rooted immediately, but Roshan's already fallen. Aegis will be picked up by No-Tail. They do get Jerax post-roll. Have they got the damage with the Soul Burn? They do manage to pick him up for 80 seconds. But Tummerman, though, getting comboed by Ana. He's out for it. He does have for Liquid. Even though Jerax is on the sidelines, there's 2 down without buyback. The creeps are pushing in.
And they feel the moment. Mind Control's got Blink Black Hole, but that's it. No BKB. They don't have Bear for 25. This just feels over.
And it's just moving in onto Tummerman. There's no way that they could save the Lone Druid as he die back on him. Anna just styling over them all as he jumps forward, grabs Mind Control with the Tornado. Miracle's blinked into the midst of it all. He's trying to find something. He won't even find Fly this time. The Shallow Grave's out. S4 hot on the trail of Miracle. Anna ready to try and combo this, and he's got the Cold Snap. Not enough. Miracle will still blink away, but the Tornado comes in. They surround the Quap. Another clap. It's still not enough. Miracle.
Amazing observing. Thank you all.
There we go. We didn't see that. We want to see an Edge die.
Oh, that was such a sick game.
What a game. What a series. I mean, we've seen OG with a clinical performance and Liquid with a clinical performance. Who's going to come out with the performance when it counts the most in Game 3?
And such a cool draft, too. The Drow Ranger making an appearance and a
if we like them or if we hate them, and a bits in between. But talking of loving them, it is our casters, and we're going to go ahead and head over to them as we jump into another game of Dota.
Winter down the dark path of his prediction. Do we really want this pro have what it takes to bring down Invictus Gaming after what happened in game 1?
They have a more well-rounded lineup. I don't think they're all in physical damage. And yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to avoid the fight though from IG. That's where the Ursa comes in, because if you have Ursa, you're forced to fight at Roche, or else you concede like 3 Roaches in a row generally.
Maybe that's what we think more about the IO then. Like, can they actually get the fights before the fights even happen with the relocate into gank? And that way you
Who's ganking for them? I guess.
I feel like drinking and having a shanty. Taunting. He already got himself an aggressive observer ward on the bottom lanes. They want to know whenever Treant's going to come over, whenever there's going to be any kind of real aggression against the safe laner. And maybe that's why they're still tossing up where they put Burning. In fact, they're pushing Burning to the north lane, and XXS is moving down to the bottom. Now, I'm kind of surprised at this, mainly because of the block that we saw the Earthshaker do last time. On the top, even though Lil, for interesting reasons, is tethered towards a range creep as opposed to on top of Ramses.
Maybe. Time just force a fissure for some range creep solo, still causing a heck of a lot of problems. So they need this top lane to work. He's forced to rotate, and now XS can finally have his one-on-one.
He actually had an opportunity as well. If he wanted to throw out the fissure, he could have cancelled the TP.
He's probably like, I want my own farm. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, do I really want to keep this guy down here? But the aggro tri-lane from IG is really trying to hit the mark, so Bobica has to hit the torrent. There's no other way around it, and he's going to do so. Gets behind Ramses, but all it does is give him space, and they're already switching lanes. XSS now moves towards the top lane, Ursa moves towards the south lane. Was this the plan all along, to get the Earthshaker back up on top lane and just to have the better lane switch? The mind game of the mind game?
It seems that way, but Ursa does much better versus the Sand King, I would say, than the Shaker. And I think it's more important that they realize they can't kill the Sven up top, and Io's in too good of a position. So there's no chance that they can really do anything on that top lane.
He's doing it again. This is going to be one of the easiest pulls I've actually seen to do. Like, the easy fissure block, pull over, and because of the double stack, he could deny the entire creep wave. And this is going to really start to mess up Ramses' farm once more. Like, he's 9-2 on this Sven. That's fantastic for him, but if he gets entire waves deleted...
It's not as bad as last game. Last game, he was the Lifestealer who can't really stack and farm. I think Io can stack up multiple camps at once, and Sven's much better at taking stacks. So they will move the Io down to the bottom lane to threaten this Ursa a little bit more. Pasha is...
There's the Barrow Strike. And he just wants to clamp and keep the Sand King away from him. Able to do so, gets back behind the tower, now will burn off the salve. So, VP, interesting fun times being had on both the side lanes as Q gets just pushed away by actually with the orb. He doesn't have Icarus dive. With the tether forward, I think Solo might be able to actually claim first blood here. No, the sprites are out. One more. He's got to stop the fist, but it won't stop. Solo gets the first blood underneath the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. But it's the mid where OP really needs something to work for him. A long-range race doesn't have the mana for it or have it off cooldown. So Bobica won't catch the leader, but it's 22-7 against 8-3. OP has been shut out of the CS in the mid lane.
It's a long way back for the Lina to run, but this Wisp Treant is not going to be enough.
That's very deep under the tower. Luckily for them, there's no X marks the spot for Bobica, so they can't force VP to stay engaged.
You can see how troublesome this duo is. You have double heal, Treant needs to be able to punch people and run people down, and the double slow even is very, very annoying. Yeah, as you mentioned, Lina is destroying OP.
Yeah, this is... You talk about like those recoveries, like Ramses can play recovery if his CS isn't great. He's 14-4. The SF now needs to do that, like the exact same thing. Get in there, recover, flash farm up with the razors, get back into the jungle. And maybe that's when we start to wonder how deep VP's vision is going to go inside the Radiant jungle. Do you actually get in there and block up the camps? Stop OP's recovery?
Seems that way. They're already doing pretty well in terms of gold. Just before stacking and farming comes out from Ramses. Ramses not really showing any signs of what he wants to build just yet.
Solo, Leech Seed. He won't be able to get the root because he's moved so far out of the range. The trees and the fissure block. It doesn't actually block Q. No Sunray available. He's got Icarus Dive and Sprites trying to slow down the attack of Ramses as well as Solo, and it will be successful now.
Right on the 5-minute mark. Time to hit the shrine. Come here, fire friend. Come here.
See, that's the other question. What element is shrine? Is it technically water? And what happens when you put water on a phoenix?
You extinguish his flames, but he is rebirthed once again.
That's always an elemental answer from you.
I'm all about that elemental lore.
Yeah. There's so many elemental things that are broken. We're just making excuses for Dota now. Bobica rotating in towards the mid lane. He does have a 2-0-1 build up at the moment. So X marks the spot, range is pretty poor. Tether forward. Ramses, he wanted the Stormbolt. The Leech Seed trying to bring him in range. Phoenix, does he really want to do anything? Not going to reveal his position until this. The fissure, but a little too late on both the Torrent as well as the Sprites.
Doesn't matter. If you can't get listed, you're not going to kill anyone. You're talking about like double heal from Leech Seed. That is so hard. And then he can also pop Warcry if they want to start right-clicking.
Oh, Stormbolt. XSS just walks straight into it. Can he get the fissure off? The totem's done into a double fissure, but the spirits from Lil, way too much damage for the Earthshaker to survive.
Doesn't seem like they know how to play versus Wisp very well at all. They constantly just waste spells on Wisp partners, and Wisp is more than happy to take some of the harass and then heal both of them up. And they've gotten past the tough part of the game, I would say, in terms of the laning swaps, but both heroes almost die on bottom. Pasha will just use up the shrine while Burning will foot it back home. But all three lanes, I would say, going very, very well for Virtus Pro.
I'm actually more interested, like, why XSS kind of abandoned his fissure block pull. Like, there was enough he can keep denying up the waves instead of he's giving the farm over to Q.
They were stacking and pulling just like this. They were denying him farm as well.
So they had to come up and engage.
Yeah, because you're getting like multiple pull camps out of the Dire side, whereas you're only getting one pull camp, and that only respawns every minute. Whereas Sven, yeah, you're much more worried about Dire side playing greedily.
Well, because the Earthshaker is so close, and because he goes for this Soul Ring build consistently instead of like any kind of Blink Dagger, the fissure spam is allowing him just to either snipe creeps or interrupt VP's pulls. Bottom lane's been having a good time as well for Burning. Whenever he can go for an opportunity with that actual Torrent. X marks the spot. Pasha knows he can't just Burrow Strike away. Orcus is on cooldown for 1 second. They pull him straight back into the fight.
Very nice skill, and Ursa is coming into more early items too. He does have the Raindrop and the early Orb of Venom, so I do like this because you do need to win your lane first before you can proceed to other parts of the map, and Ursa should dominate most one-on-one matchups.
Radiant structures.
It looks like OP lucked out a little bit, getting the regeneration rune on the bottom. No one pounding away on that mid tower with the double damage, and OP will be forced to defend this wave. No Requiem up, so no big Requiem play right there with the Invis.
XSS is trying to bait Ramses into a fight on top of the big camp that was there. He's got his Echo Slam available, and Ramses would have... He would survive it, but he'd be licking his wounds shortly after.
And XSS would all get that precious gold.
I still can't believe also the CS difference. Like, it wasn't just the mid lane. Like, the bottom lane burning at 26-5 against a 55-20 Sand King.
He had that early start. I believe he was probably level 3 when Burning was level 1, and that difference is very hard to overcome as a melee hero, even though Ursa does have the upper hand in most matches. I'm not sure about this one in particular, probably not, because Caustic wrecks him. Yeah, oh, see a smoke going down on bottom, Lil and Solo. Placing some wards, making sure the SF can't farm, and making sure they have eyes on Ursa is very important. They do not let him sneak Roche, especially with how far behind he is in his early game creep score.
Yeah, that's going to be their catch-up mechanic. But because the mid lane SF's already backed out, no one again is able to pepper into the T1 tower. There's no fortification to protect it this time around, and Bobika caught inside the jungle. Pasha's making his way over, doesn't have a blink dagger, so cannot close the distance between himself as well as Kunkka.
Still great torrent by him. They just need to stave off this pressure, and now Ursa is actually safe to farm a little bit more. He is very far away from his Morbid Mask though, so could still be a while before we see them make a Roche attempt. OP is fairly close to level 10. He actually already has Presence of Dark Lord at level 9, so they can do Roche.
No reason to have the Requiem just yet. He's also been waiting for forever. His treads are coming on the courier, but because the courier was busy ferrying consumables down the bottom lane to keep burning alive, just took so long to get the rest of his wand up, as well as the extra clarity, which he desperately needed. Short of mana and cannot keep affording to go home to regenerate.
Money to burn. Radiant's
well, at least they have the arcane
under attack.
boots coming out from Kunkka that can help him out.
That is true. Gives Kunkka a little bit more to spam with. They actually have enough items, but it feels like IG are in a good position, but with the net worth, the top 3 belong to the VP cores. So they are behind. 1,000 is what really separates them. Top lane XSS in a little bit of trouble. Has his Echo Slam. May have to commit it if he wants to try and escape from this one. And in fact, he will. A quick follow-up with the Totem. Doesn't have his fusion back yet. No support either, but he'll make a break for the tree lines. But the 2 quick swings from Ramses, thanks to the Mask of Madness he went on the Sven, so able to catch up to the Earthshaker and bring him down.
I thought he was going to try and kill the Wisp there. Nice kiting though by Ramses. Pretty easy with all that move speed, Warcry, Tether, and Mask of Madness, as you mentioned. So early game not going well for IG at all. 4,000 when you have an Ursa on your team is awful. And last game, I would say they had the team fight to back it up. But this game, I think they're so far behind that they aren't going to be able to team fight. Maybe inside the Roche pit, I would say. But Phoenix is not level 6 yet, and they're still going to need to wait on a tome or at least a few more minutes if they want to fight at the Roche pit. But I think it's about that time where they need to make something happen, or else they will lose out by the war of attrition.
Oh, VP's looking for their opening. Q, the one visible underneath that Observe Ward in the mid. No one wants to force him out. Maybe Pasha just Epicenter. And that looked way too easy. The Dragon Slave from no one. Kill secures. After Pasha reveals his Blink Dagger for the first time, might have to go back in again. No one. X-Torrent. Gonna hold him next to T1 Tower. The Burrow Strike. It caught out Burning, but the damage from OP will be enough, and they look for more. The slow on to Solo, and Burning will be able to claim his own kill in the form of the Tree and Protector.
Very aggressive play by Lina, not really respecting the Kunkka. He did go for a nice play and try and stun the Kunkka while he was trying to torrent, but this gives him a small window to perhaps take Roche. I believe Ursa does have his Morbid Net Mask now.
It's coming on the courier.
There is a smoke also on Q if they want to try and sneak it in. It's about that time where you would love to get your hands on that Roche.
You're actually seeing them preparing sentry walls from Bobika.
XSS is dead.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Distraction. Might also be a really good time to give Lil that top lane, because he's just about to hit level 6. Like, he's just shy of level 6. With this creep wave dying, he will have it.
Well, Treant is about to scout it out. Solo, trying to wait for the invis on Nature's Guys. He doesn't know level 1 Nature's Guys.
He doesn't know, though. Like,
I think it's less that he doesn't know and more so that if he goes in, he's going to die.
Yeah.
Like, they could easily have a sentry ward. He could just die. He doesn't have root. He's also not level 6, so that will be the free Roche. Finally, something small going IG's way.
Definitely going to help them. When there were 5,000 net worth behind, they needed somebody to try and help tilt this around. And having the Aegis Immortal now, oh, okay, X marks the spot, no one. Well, they're committing everything they've possibly got. The SK's going to TP in. The Nova, pretty quick out from the Phoenix. Nothing's really going to stop Naz. The Ursa tries to fight Pasha. Pyro Strike's out of range of the Nova of Q, and they can turn into Ursa, into Burning. You can say goodbye to that Aegis Immortal. That lasted a grand total of, well, no time. And now he's going to be surrounded by 5 heroes. Even Io's coming in to be part of it.
That was an awful team fight from them. That X boat did not connect, and they also committed the egg thinking that it would connect. And, you know, it's nice to have some faith in your teammates, but...
Oh, Kunkka. He just X back into the fight. He tried to go back home to regenerate up just quickly so he can have some mana to defend, but gives away his own life, and Virtus Pro, they get a freebie.
Now IG has a mountain to climb. The first Roshan did not pan out the way that they wanted. They've lost their mid tower, they lost their top tower, they have no blinks.
OP's dead. They have enough damage. OP's winding up the Requiem. Solo defensively throws the Overgrowth. He was very concerned that they would have had to deal with 2 Requiems.
That's just very nice, fast-paced play from Virtus Pro, making very good use of the IO, I would say. Combining him with the Treant in the early game, who's going to be the one primarily roaming and beating on heroes, and then combining him now with a Sven in the mid game, who has had plenty of free farm on the top lane and is able to dominate these IG cores.
I want to give some good props to Pasha as well, just in the last couple of engagements. You look at the influence that comes from XXS as well as Pasha, both walking around with the blinks. In fact, it's almost mirrored item builds coming out from the 2 of them.
XSS just got his blink though. Pasha had his blink like, what, 5 minutes ago maybe?
Yeah, because his lane was so amazing.
Yep. They've all had amazing laning phases from Virtus Pro. Like, they have so many last hits on each of their 3 cores.
OP's got his new item, so Shadow Blade is on the way out. Burning's also looking into his own Blink Dagger. So items are arriving for Invictus Gaming to make plays, but Virtus Pro, just how tanky are they? The SMY from Ramses is rapidly approaching completion, 50 gold for that one. Treant doesn't really have a lot to work with, but Lil having Urn, Bottle, it's enough regeneration to keep most of his team alive. He's getting a Yule Scepter for the Sand King. That's how far ahead he is. Epicenter, they're committing up on top. They really want Burning to die. The Enrage will protect him quite well, and he doesn't just try and turn and fight. Now he will, but realizing it a little too late, that he was most definitely toast.
Trying to beat the bear team with a bear? It's not working out well for them.
Gotta know about Solo. Now this time the Tree Protector burns in the Sun Ray. He'll take so much to kill him off, and they give the last hit to Q. Those two, the Q, trying to go for this Veil of Discord, amplify any damage they possibly can.
What damage?
I don't know.
Look at his build. He just has Mask of Madness, Sage and Yasha, and next he's going for BKB. A hero like the Shadow Fiend can't deal with it at all. How do you deal with this very high armor Sven? I guess you can kite him, but if you go on the backline trying to kill the Wisp, you're going to die yourself without a BKB.
They're going to... Well, there's no fortification for Virtus Pro, so they can't delay the push on the tower. Pasha waits in the trees. And IG at the end of that day will get a free tier 1 tower on the top lane. VP being very, very patient about where they're going to take the fights.
Still things...
Oh, that's a lot of TPs. This would be a perfect time if they can do it. XSS sees no one. Echo Slam, he just needed the inside. Follow-up fissure, Kunkka, ensuring that no one will have to remain here as he drops down the boat. But he's already down, denying himself with a Bloodstone. No one just made the most of the opportunity. 3 seconds until that relocate can pull him back out again, but he won't have 3 seconds. Lil will fall for 30 seconds down. Meanwhile, Burning, engaged again, enraged up. They have enough damage to get the kill. No one has arrived back. Thanks to Bloodstone, a very quick spawn time. Laguna plays, Burberka will fall. The Epicenter slowing down the Phoenix. He doesn't have his Icarus dive. Not even Fire Spirit's back off cooldown. So you lose out on a couple of heroes, the Lina as well as the Io, but instantly fighting back and taking 3 of IG's.
Sven just does so much damage right now. It's quite scary how hard he hits. And he has not as many problems as getting kited as you would hope if you were IG. X isn't really going to do much to him. You can Fisher him, but then you're going to give away your positioning. You're going to get jumped by the Sand King. Fire Spirits doesn't do that much when you have a ton of attack speed from Mask of Madness and Overcharge. And Ursa, I've never seen Ursa die this quickly through Enrage.
You expect some kind of life item, but he's still sitting at 1300 HP. It's just not enough to survive. And then you also even got, I was about to say, you got a double damage rune over on this vent, but
when you have to go survival items on Ursa, that's a really bad sign. Normally you should do enough damage that you can lifesteal through whatever damage you're taking with Enrage, but unfortunately this game is not the case for Ursa.
That double damage rune I mentioned is on no one inside of his bottle. So the damage output from the Lina could just skyrocket as well. And Invictus Gaming, you asked the question, like, how do you get yourself back into this fight?
Another Roche is the first step.
Well, you've got 1 minute and 40 seconds before he can potentially respawn. That's a long time. Maybe... actually, the Shadow Fiend's getting closer and closer towards his own BKB. So he might have that for the next engagement. The Kunkka is... the Earthshaker is still trying to finish up a 4-star. So they can kite something out here. And it's the same thing for the Kunkka. He's actually looking to build his own 4-staff.
That's a BKB.
Clear sailing.
Say goodbye to your Shadow Fiend.
As long as it comes on the courier in time. Kunkka's on the run. Doesn't even stick around for the 20-minute bounty rune, but the blink to Yule Scepter. Had to use the Burrow Strike to get the distance, but it won't matter. Okay, Kunkka. Nice 3-man boat. Solo still in the neighborhood. Kunkka. Oh, wait. Not enough mana. He actually had 8 1 charges. He had enough mana to let the Overgrowth go, but maybe not enough to justify for the Kunkka. And only the Kunkka. VP had bigger plans on their mind.
It's getting rough. Rougher and rougher as I eye the next Roshan respawn. How do they take a fight here? Egg outside the pit with Echo inside the pit. Sounds pretty good to me.
If they can follow up with the ship, let the SF have his space to fight, sure.
And pray that Sven doesn't pop his BKB on time.
Might be one of the other reasons too why OP is just farming around the Ancients to try and stop VP from getting that aggressive ward vision down. Currently, VP have only 1 ward on the Radiant side of the map, and that's smack bang in the middle lane. They have actually no other wards up. The Observe ward from IG is watching the northern side of the pit, so if VP have any intention of coming down here, they'll know about it. But you look at the spawn time of Roshan, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, we'll have to wait until Roshan is up. So if VP want to wait around Roshan, they can do so. Meanwhile, Burning, finding more farm for himself, has a casual Ogre Club. Assuming BKB is the next thing on his list as well. Quick pause. Not so much wrong with VP. But IG are expecting Roshan to be up. That's why they 4-man smoke, but they were on top of the Dire Observe ward when it happened. So VP are fully aware of what IG are up to.
This is not good. Solo's also just hanging around the pit. So any avenue for Ursa to just steal it is kind of gone. Solo will pop the smoke, Ekka says, and...
Where's detection?
Oh, no.
There it is, the sentry wall's on top of the hill. Solo's gonna fall.
They had to blow smoke for that. If Roche were up, I would say it would be worth it, but even then, they could just get Epicenter. There's no BKBs on the side of IG, so all this magic damage wombo combo.
They jumped in! Pasha! Burrow Strike out! They throw down the secondary sentry ward so he couldn't hide, but the Yule Scepter, they have enough damage. VP, 1 by 1.
Feed.
Oh, no. Lil trying to relocate a very short distance. Ramses is still in the neighborhood. So they're not going to commit on this, or will they? Sprite number 1. Q holding on for the second. The stomp is there. Burning, going in deep. The Fissure over on 2. Enrage needs to break free. The Nova is down, but Sven protected by that BKB. Killing off Burning. Ramses is a beast. The BKB still gets stunned up, obviously. Gonna penetrate it with the Nova. Solo has to overgrow, create more space here. The first pro to 5, but with a Sun Ray down the Storm Bolt, he'll cancel that nice and quickly. XSS back into the fight. Where's your buybacks? Where's your team? It doesn't really exist. A quick Icarus dive away. And it looks like both sides will be able to disengage. Another
take that if
45
you're
seconds
IG.
for Roshan.
You certainly take that if you're IG. They're still having problems killing the other cores because they don't have enough damage output right now. X can only do so much. You can bring them back, but you still have to end up killing them. Echo Slam is great, but that can only be cast once. Requiem didn't really connect with anyone. He also doesn't have a good way to fight because most of the concentration needs to be directed towards the Ursa if you're on the side of IG. And there's no like blink dagger on the Shadow Feed, so him being able to follow with a big grab gun on Earthshaker is pretty much not happening in this game.
Roshan's about to spawn. Earthshaker will be able to scout this one out. Roshan is now up. But he was almost at maximum spawn, so both sides are aware of this. They just have to keep their eyes close on the pit. Alright, Invictus Gaming, how do you want to play this? For now, it just looks like they're backing out. They're not going to try and engage. Wait until Virtus Pro come to them. At the same time, being very defensive about it. Burning farms up one creep in the Ancients, then runs away. And it'll be VP to go in. Not the fastest at killing off Roshan. God's Strength is going to help him with that. And now with the help of no one's damage, okay, now they've gotten a hell of a lot faster. A damage increase from Fiery Soul and God's Strength. They'll kill Roshan before IG will even arrive. And what do? Solo's there. They put down the Sentry Ward, the Echo Slam on the back lines for the Lina. It's a nice fissure, but the Epicenter, it's hit the mark perfectly. Ramses has all the space in the waters to beat through Burning, and Ursa is meant to be their damage dealer, trying to kill off Solo on 86 HP. He'll have space thanks to the Eul Scepter Rapasha. They just can't get away from him. The control is too great from Virtus Pro. The Aegis Immortal is still in their hands.
Tree's such a big deal. Being able to scout out Invis like that is so hard to handle. I think XSS made the right call with what little information that he had. He went for immediate Blink Echo onto the Lina, but Sven was able to blink up the hill.
They're gone again.
Cleave him down.
There's no BKB to protect OP. However, detection is also something which VP do not have. So OP can hide in the shadows. Pasha, X. XSS would love to try and fight this, but all he can really do is just fissure, block him in. Requiem of Souls connects on no one as well as Ramses, but they were so far away. The damage output is minimal. Ramses mistiming on the blink, but still, the torrent timing was all off from the Kunkka. And Gold Strength's about to come off cool. It's already off cooldown. They can go again if they want to. But for now, it's a back out.
Just waiting for a better opportunity. They're not in any rush. You're up against an Ursa core. He gets weaker and weaker as the game goes on. No roaches for him. He farms very slowly with the items that he have. And Shadow Fiend seems to be getting destroyed by the Sven or the Lina every single fight. And as his BKB charges get lower and lower, it will be even easier to kill him. So I would say both their heroes get weaker as the game goes on. Yeah, Sven has BKB, but I think he's enabled by the Wisp. He's kind of like 1.5, 1.75 heroes right now.
Yeah.
With the Wisp in his belt.
And IG, they're definitely having a hard road ahead of them. Ramses and Lil just continue to farm up inside the dire jungle. If anyone gets in trouble, you know it's just going to be a quick relocate to bring everybody in from Virtus Pro. And they would love to just go down mid. That's exactly where they're all going to group up. It's where the tower is weakest. Down to 505 over 1600 HP. And no one. Blink and Eul's, his initiation is, I guess, better. He didn't even have that in the last engagement. This time he's got it. Observe Ward up on the hill from Solo. They see XSS perfectly. No one in pretty close. Quick Eul Scepter up. Wait out the X mark spot if it's going to be possible, which it was. And then let the regeneration kick in. Living Armor plus Bloodstone. This time it's going to be the X mark on Burning. Commits, goes after no one. Can't find the kill. But Ramses, he's the main man, jumping in, looking for the Earthshaker pop. He hasn't managed to get it just yet. The BKB will wear off now. So now Ramses a little bit more vulnerable, and that's why Earthshaker jumps out. They keep the Sunray on him, but the relocate save pulls him out. In comes your representative from the SK. Q will not tick, but the Nova, little to no effect from him, and Ramses, the perfect double bolt. Bobakar and OP saved by XSS with his stun. But Virtus Pro playing around this perfectly.
Yep, very nice fight coming up from them. Nice positioning, nice and spread out. Sven went a little bit deep and tried to kill the Shaker before he could get his Echo off, but that didn't really happen from him because of excellent force staff users on the side of IG. And VP still having trouble taking down that first T3, playing it slow and steady, making sure not to lose any fight as they try to raise an insurmountable lead over Invictus.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
When you got to commit a 35-second cooldown Icarus dive in order to get that Observer Ward down, you know life is hard for IG when they can't even leave their base without using an ability.
Certainly so, and they don't have tree armor on their side to heal things up. Winter said it was a mistake to give them IO in tree, and this is the result.
Observer's going to get instantly countered. Burning again, looking for an opening. Trying to play this where Burning has little risk, thanks to the X marks the spot. Only thing that will actually put Burning in trouble is if Parcher is able to blink in and Burrow strike that Kunkka. So at least you can't time the pullout. And VP get what they want. Tier 3 tower falls, Shrines now become exposed.
Any sort of desperate play that they can make right now, it's getting close to Hail Mary territory.
I wonder if it actually comes from a mistake as well from Virtus.pro. But how you seem to be so farmed on VP that even making a mistake with these guys is difficult. You get a fresh BKB now on the leader, so even if no one goes in really hardcore, you're just going to BKB, get out to safety. The Epicenter from Pasha creates so much space in the last fight as well.
We have seen massive amounts of upside from like a Shaker plus Kunkka combo though, or Echo Slam into boat could do a lot of damage.
VP just have to group up for that to work.
Yep. But when you get careless and when you're this far ahead, sometimes it does happen, and more often than not, when you're when your opponents are at such a disadvantage that you think that you can just toy with them until the game is over.
Maybe another reason too why VP is being a little bit more cautious. I don't think we could really class anything they've been doing as toying. It's just been really smart engagements. They're waiting for the really solid pick-off. Either, like, I think it's almost Echo Slam and boat down, with either Kunkka or SF pushing up the daisies. Like, that's... Sorry, Ursa or SF. Dead. But they...
Tree to eat.
All skill, Purge, that Sunstrike dude.
Why do you read this game? Man. I thought Jax was going to die, and then you look at Invoker and you realize the creeps have been wailing into him.
Oh man, what a legend. Bottom lane, mind control. Have to be a little careful. Fly is...
Is so stacked right now. He's got phase and level 4, so he's got 2x, 2 torrent. This is so dangerous for his opponents. 2.5 seconds slow, 150.
As well, so Anna don't care. And again, Jarax, with these rotations, he is playing... I mean, these two games, the Spirit performance and now this Kunkka, it's next level. It really is.
You're going to have a Shrine as well for 2 heroes, just perfect efficiency. Fly heads to the off lane, possibly looking for a kill as for Haven't looked at him much this game, but he is level 4 at the moment.
He's got a ferret fire with the Sunstrike. Oh,
Good attempt.
just okay.
He definitely ran a little bit to the left, so it was
Yeah, he dodged it, but you're right. The Kuroki's right clicks are too strong.
and this is historically a really good bat matchup as well. Totally forgot about that in the X pull. This is so hard to kill him. Never mind, he's getting low.
Yeah, with the Riptide physical and armor reduction, it's going to bring him down low, but GH is there with a save. Rip's no tail away. Mind control will survive. Neat little play there from GH.
So the Void is good against Batrider because he can use time dilation. So after Napalm comes out, you can prevent it from being recasted for 6 seconds at least. It doesn't last super long, but it provides a lot of slow.
Mid lane, Anna, he just gets himself a solo, moves in with the Blade Fury and Omni Slash as he forces Miracle away from the creeps. And this mid lane, it's just, I mean, obviously a lot of it down to Jarek's early pressure. And in fact, talking about Jarek's, he's just found himself a Roman Pudge. GH has been called, oh no, GH still gets the kill on Anna. What was Anna doing? Oh, Anna. Oh, he was having such a good time in the mid lane, but then he gets hooked.
This is Jarek's lane once again. This is not Anna's lane. This is Jarek's lane.
Jarek's is love it. He's like, yeah. Oh, what a shame, Anna. You died. Oh, what a shame. I'll take this lane. Get myself level 6. He's going to hit 6 very early. 6.5 minutes in. He's halfway through level 5. Oh, I can't believe Anna dies there. Oh,
that's pretty amazing. Koka's boat is actually going to be huge this game too against things like Chronosphere. You can apply the Rum debuff, throw up a healing ward with that, changes everything. S4 goes down again.
Talking about Chronosphere, they just use it straight up to set up with the 3 of them. You know, once you get a Chrono, there's going to be more than enough follow-up control between a Pudge and a and they get themselves the kill secure.
So curious to see what Matoma Man does item-wise. Orb of Venom treads. Stout Shield, no Poor Man's. Didn't feel the need, which I guess is fair, because you usually sell it pretty quickly anyway. They're going in.
Well, there we have it. Torrent to set up. They'll look to chase down. They get the X-Mark to bring him back post-Time Walk. He'll try for the TP out. Is he going to make it? It's going to be close, but he will survive. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Oh. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Oh. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Oh. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Oh. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played around this mid lane. Jack, he's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up Torrent, and again it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for X-Mark. Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played it with this Jack. He's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up torrent, and again, it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for Xmark. Oh! Those 4 deaths on the Invoker heavily hurting him because of the way OG's played it with this Jack. He's got his eyes on it again. He's looking for the heads up torrent, and again, it connects. He's able to walk in, get the follow for Xmark. Oh! Those 4 deaths on the Invoker.
That's one of the big downsides to heavy gank heroes like this. Like, you can push lanes with Impale, but then your opponents know where you are, and they don't play scared. So, get something done. You can think of it as a Midas in some ways. You won't get the gold, or you won't get the experience, but you'll definitely get gold. Just got to get, what, 220 every 100 seconds? That's easily doable with 1 creep. Especially if you're waiting around for a hero to TP back in. Downside is he has no mana. That part's going to suck. Could be effective, we'll see. See Kuro rotate. He's got level 6 actually, so definitely kill possibility here against Nox. Tanky though, and he's got a raindrop.
Yeah, mid lane as well, got a bit of a setup attempt going in. They've got the X mark. The torrent isn't going to connect. This time Jarek's off point with the timing.
Feel it anyways, I guess.
Bottom lane, though, Liquid's movement will be successful. Broken in mind control, they open up with the finger. See if Anna can get anything in response. They're trying to body block Brokey here with the illusions. In fact, they don't even need that because S4 will come in with a wraparound, punish Kuro. But at the end of the day, a big kill for Liquid, putting an end to No Tail's free lane.
And the kill came to Miracle as well, so he gets experience, gets a little bit closer to the Midas. Gloves of Haste is the first pickup, so it's going to be a long road to the hand of Midas.
Anything that can kind of just get him back into this game.
They got Chronosphere though. They might jump on Jarex here. It's pretty tanky, 1100. Oh, he's trying to read it.
Yeah, he was prepared for that as well.
Oh yeah,
on himself.
the ward in that position they saw.
Top lane, Fly, trying to outplay GH. What's going to happen for the time being? As Fly is going to be the one to pay for this. GH gives him the rot rundown. Take the kill. The same time in the middle lane, and things have opened up as well for Liquid. They've got the stun. Montana does still have an Omni Slash, but he's being chain stunned up. GH coming across as well. S4 trying to break the fly up with the flame break. Anna's still alive. Gets the Omni Slash out, but Matuma now will be able to time walk out. Anna's got to get him up away from this all. He's kicking down low as the run wears off. GH is only going to end up hooking Matuma in the backside. Kuroki will fall. Sunstrike, it connects. Miracle gets himself a big pickup there. Getting the kill on Anna. 500 gold in the back.
Getting closer to the mice, and now it's not looking too far behind. 600 gold to go, and it's only been about 3 minutes or so. And in the meantime, other stuff's happening on the map as well. The fact that GH can get a support kill in the meantime, hugely beneficial. Only 1300 gold advantage for OG. 2300 for Naga. Once he gets Radiance, everything gets a lot harder, that's for sure.
They're going to try and fight as well.
Slightly delayed, so I think Liquid's definitely getting back into this.
See what they can get with it.
This is kind of a tell though. Pudge uses his ult on
OG scanned out, then no miracles here. He's very low. He does have the shrine amongst him. They're going to throw everything in him. They get the static storm. The boat flying through as well. The shrine heal isn't enough. And OG with an incredibly successful smoke gang don't only find 2, they look to find 3 as well. Kuroki getting X mark back, surrounded by the side, and OG claim a 3rd. Brilliant smoke, great scan, and they found the perfect catches. Taking Miracle down again for a 7th time and putting another hold on his Midas.
You're definitely right. That was a perfect read. They saw Invoker a little low, and they know when that happens, he's going to go hit up the Ancients in a lot of cases. And doing it by the Shrine is supposedly the safest place.
It wasn't enough.
Your allies should be able to TP. You have high ground if they approach, but they got there just before he did, and as a result, it was a super easy setup. I think the Kunkka had an Invis as well, something like that. So he walked right up in there.
I'll take that as true.
I mean, he got the perfect opening, and yeah, Fly's just a quick play to lay everything down after. There was no chance for those 2. For GH and for Miracle, they were trapped.
Smoke coming on Liquid side though. They pop it. It's going to be Pudge with Lion. He's got Finger of Death back up again, so most likely they're looking for the Naga Siren.
That would be the perfect catch.
Any delay to the Radiance is going to make their game easier.
And the delay's going to come, so he's 3,400 towards the Relic.
Ooh, this is actually a big negative. They put the ward there. They don't realize though that OG spotted that, and he does break one smoke on Kuro.
Dire's bottom tower.
No Tail's going to hide in a bit of a secret spot.
Just keeping himself right behind the trees.
they
Interesting
see?
spot as well. This is a good hiding place. They don't see him from here. They have to be up on top to get him. Now with the song, they're going to look to try and set something up here. S4 and the boys coming through. OG in full force. Fly's got a static storm. He can lay that down with the kinetic field. Trap 2 out. And this is only going to help No Tail's Radiance Fund absolutely massively. Kuroki trying to turn, but he's in so much trouble. He'll only get the stun out onto No Tail. The Thunder Strike and the right clicks from Fly enough to bring him down as Kuroki and GH will fall. Mind Control still alive for the time being. S4 still has a lasso. Mind Control, he'll try and TP out, but S4's going to be in there with the ult, holding him back, dragging him underneath the tower. The courier taunts him as it flies among him, and Fly and S4 will find the third. Double kill for Fly, and as brilliant as OG smoke was, Liquid, they were just unable to emulate it. That coming across, as soon as that was dispelled, OG knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah, they have full control over the wards that Liquid places well. They're going to get the one in the Roche area, and we'll see if they fly the courier to the other cliff spot.
Bottom lane, Matuma, he's chronoed Ana, but him himself doesn't have enough damage. I mean, GH is trying to come in. Is there a chance for Ana to get out of this? There is. So they will get the kill, but S4, he can pick up some trades here. He'll get one of them. Now looking to chase down for more. 2 stacks onto Kuroki, the drag back onto Matuma. Straight right back. He's got one more time walk. He'll go for the TP out. Do they have enough damage? They don't. So Matuma will escape.
Pretty good trade. Healing Jug is definitely very good. Well, I do feel like OG's dealing with all the aggression that Liquid's putting out right now. At least the last couple engagements. And like Invoker just got his Midas, and we're 16 minutes in. Normally, remember the first game? He had Midas, he had Ags, he had Yules at 20 minutes, and he's just queuing up his Ags now. He's about to finish his point booster, so very, very different farm path from the last couple of games.
Bottom tower is under attack.
All comes down to a couple engagements.
Of course.
Radiance is almost up too.
Yeah, it's very nearly done. And that is the big worry for Liquid. Troll does have eyes onto S4. Start up with the Spike Carapace. Has more than enough stun to provide the time for Kuroki to come in. No way you're missing that Sunstrike. Connected out. Does he actually get out? Has he got stick charges? He had. He gets out. The one charges the escape. The Omni Slash from Mana to find the punch kill. And they're going to even get more out of this. The drag back with the glimpse brings Mind Control back into it. And they just don't kill S4. Oh, are they chaining it on to more? He's got a shrine. Is he going to pop? No, he's going to continue to try and run. They're low on mana, but the field from Fly, it's enough. And OG get themselves the triple for the Juggernaut.
Oh, such a good fight. Barrett was so tanky there between drums, wand, and fuse.
And he took everything. Sunstrikes, it just wasn't enough.
The sad part was they would have had a Finger of Death to make that easier, and they didn't use it. And I don't really blame them. That didn't feel like a good use. But he gets the wand charge off. The Kunkka TP saves him.
Jarek's just being a real tip. Look at this.
He's going to Armlet now.
5-0-11. He is having the perfect Kunkka game.
Yeah, really is.
And then we get with the Armlet. It's complete.
It's been a while since we saw Armlet Kunkka. Almost all support Kunkkas have been just focused on their spells and their mobility, but it's Armlet time.
He packs a fair bit of a punch with that time.
Really. I know you like Cleave, man. Well, this is going to be Cleave, and Armlet's one of the best damage items in the game. Not to mention for Kunkka, you can turn it on, get all buffed, hit once, and then turn it right off. You don't even take that much damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Set anything up with this.
Grabs it really big.
Radiant's bottom tower has
I don't even think they saw this. I'm pretty sure.
No, they don't know that. Yeah, they don't have any vision around this area. And yeah, Kuroki just needing to get X'd up. There's the torrent to follow through. Will get saved by the hook from GH, but I say that he's been glimpsed back immediately. He's surrounded by the kinetic field. Jarex puts the armlet on. They'll stun him, but they do not want to go in onto this. Looking to block off any sort of a chance to try and help Kuroki. And the radius burn from the illusions chasing him down. He will still survive. They get the hook and ult onto No Tail. Can they burst him with a finger on the Sunstrike? They can. Big kill for Liquid. Can they get anything more out of it? Matuma Man dragged back, but he has the time walk. The boat flying in. Matuma lays down the chrono. He doesn't have the damage really to go in onto Ana. They're trying their best. With Miracle they can. As the rest of Liquid come back into the fight. Do manage to lock him down post chrono. Get the kill. GH seeing if you could get more there with a hook connection, but he doesn't quite. But as we saw then, this time, the fight around the shrine not paying off for OG.
And that was the most typical don't fight at shrine fight I've ever seen. It looked so good for them, but all of a sudden the hook on the Naga changed everything. Way out of position, no way to save him, and an easy kill. So now Liquid, game is back in their hands a little bit. There's still a gold advantage for OG, but That was a bit detrimental. And if you've been curious what he's been doing with his Helm of the Dominator, it's just a catapult.
Okay.
It does a lot of damage to towers right now.
Yeah, well, the siege damage is what means an extra 250%. It's something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was something huge like that. Not to mention that when you take a catapult and use Helm of the Dominator, it gets extra HP too. It helps a little. But it does get a kill. Snags a Hellbear instead. Also very good at pushing. And if you look at his farm level right now, he is actually pretty good. He's right behind Batrider, which is honestly amazing considering he's 1, 2, and 3. He must have been getting a lot of last hits with him. 65 last hits for him. Yeah. Or maybe Bat's just fighting all the time. Who knows?
So, Matuma Man, of course, with his build. If Vlad's into the Manta style. Still sometime before he has the Manta. I'll be interested to see what he goes for after that. Do you think he does go for the Diffusal, or...?
Yeah, 100%.
This game, Diffusal is solid.
Yeah. I don't think you can pass it up if you go Manta as well. It's just the damage amplification is huge. Manta by itself is kind of a bad damage item, but you need it to remove silence and stuff like that. So also it's very good as an anti-Omni-Slash item. So Diffusal Blade most likely after. With good kite potential, you can kill Kunkka really easily. That's one of the downsides to Jerax's build is that he's not as mobile.
Bottom lane, Ana, he's going to get straight up hooked. The backup is there, but they do have the song. No tail. Looks to be enough to save him. While I say that, there is a mind control Nyx waiting for him. Will land a stun, and in fact, this is going to buy time for the rest of Liquid to head down there. There is a Chronosphere from Matuma Man, feels the need to commit it, and he will. They're not messing around. They know that this is a huge kill to get. They'll surround him. The hook beautifully threads past Matuma Man, and Liquid get him. Perfectly done, and again, mind control in the right place at the right time. I think Ana thought he was safe there after No Tail saved him, but surprise, Nyx Assassin.
It was costly spell-wise for Liquid, but completely worth it there. It cost them Chronosphere, but their opponents also use Song of the Siren. No song for 82 seconds now. So Naga is accelerating, but it's every fight in the last couple have been not good for them. And I think it's only going to go well if they get a couple heroes grouped, use Song, and then follow it up with a Static Storm. But they don't even want to try for that because it's just so difficult. If Pudge is in the area and he's not in the Static Storm, he's going to hook somebody out. And it has really shown in the way that OG's been playing. They've been a little bit more passive than the last couple games.
Yeah, this game 3 certainly turning out to be the close one we would hope for. This game definitely not feeling like one that's just going to suddenly swing one way. Both teams with a lot of potential.
Dire's top tower is under
Miracle
attack.
being eyed up in the middle lane. S4 coming across from the tree line. Miracle has to be careful. There's going to be the jump. They've got the lasso. Is there any way the Liquid can save this Invoker? It doesn't look like they can as he's stuck in the Static Storm. OG get themselves a big pick-off.
I thought that he might click on the Forge Spirit. We're so close to each other there when he went for the lasso, but with the new strategy, just summon so many units your opponents can't click on you directly. Might be a good one, but take the tier 2 after the Invoker kill and continue pressuring the map. Illusions to cut the creeps, pretty much perfect. Nyx investing in a Manta style to push out the bot lane. Just kidding.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Somebody actually did that one of my games recently. I was very upset. No, they got a Manta style in Nyx Assassin. Or they're trying to build it.
What?
Yeah, that's real bad.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. It was like a orchid or something.
Under attack.
Could have bought anything else.
Did he not have a Yules?
Nah, he didn't have much. It was like Dagon. It was like
Dagon,
it was like a 2K player.
My goodness. Why are you playing with 2K players? What are you doing?
It was the other night. I played in the room that one night. It was hard to find people to play. I don't remember. It was international. That's what it is.
International.
That's my excuse.
That's just crazy.
Jerax did so well early, but I'm doubting this armlet right now. I think it was not the. I think he needed a force or a blink. There's too much mobility on his opponents. It's just too hard to take fights. They might. Oh yeah, that's some heroes.
GH responds immediately, and they're out of there. They don't want to take this fight. They know that OG's trapping this. That Torrent nearly did get him.
The whale in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can you get anything more? As we pop the drums,
This is bad.
oh, they're surrounding him. Liquid not wanting to buy on him, at least just making sure that he's unable to get the lasso. And they will back away. And Montreal very close to having that blink dagger. A lot of space being created for Miracle. Now Miracle, he really is making that recovery. He's died 8 times, but now he's only 1k behind Ana. It's been the recovery that, you know, we do see a lot of Invokers do. If they get that Midas and they're proficient players, they can pull it off. But Miracle, he's certainly pulled it off against the others.
There he is. Has stolen a couple kills, but that's part of the game.
That's what you gotta do.
Now I'll go back to the top lane to split push a bit. Should be just fine. Oh yeah, they actually X'd him. That way he can split push even more effectively. Kills most of the creep wave. Didn't get a chance to mirror image while he's up there, which is actually fairly detrimental for him since Miracle can still push it in, but would have been a little easier. We'll just go cut creep waves at spawn. And still a really big gold demand for OG though. 4,500.
Oh, this smoke could catch two, but all quick with the blink out. S4 will survive. They catch Jerax, they will punish the Aperol. Kunka's down, Song comes in. OG, they're seeing if they can try and fight back into this one, find some sort of a setup. Miracle comes in from outside of the Song though. Drop the Tornado and EMP. They will get the Static Storm Kinetic Field Trap onto Matuma-Man, but the Shrine is healing him up. Matuma-Man will survive. OG, they can't get the killer. They've lost S4. They surround No-Tail Liquid. They get themselves the third, and now they're moving in for more. And a try for the TPL, but he gets bashed. Matuma-Man with guarantee now looks to continue the chase down here. There's 5 of Liquid hot on the heels of Anna. It's the speed of the phase going to be enough to save him. Matuma-Man, no! He gets the bash, the deafening blast, and the Sunstrike. Miracle gets the triple kill. What a fight for Liquid. OG, they tried to come back in with a Song, but they should have just tucked their tails and run.
Absolutely. Everybody was too spread out. They put pings down. They want to Fly to try to aim for the double catch, but that was a nightmare right there. Fly had that happen in the game they lost yesterday, I believe. He tried to catch 2 in the Static Storm, and it didn't work out. And then what happened was OG just split targets. No-Tail goes for the Lion because he doesn't want to deal with him. A lot of boat damage being done in the Roche pit, but it's not going to stop them from killing it.
Yeah, no Siren, no Song, nothing they can do. And with that, the net worth, that is just Miracle's back on top. It's as if the laning stage never ever happened.
They will chase for some pressure, but it's hard for them even to get Naga illusions near here because mana drain. One shot, lots of gold going to Crow every single time. In fact, we can take a look just how much.
Go 470. You've got a breakdown.
Lion's been very active with that. 290 gold for him, 10 killed.
Oh, there we go.
Nick's assassin got some, but obviously that was during the lane, so it's going to be a big source of gold for Lion as the game continues.
Gold from my chest.
Matuma-Man. Actually, well, we wondered if he would get the defuse, but it looks like he's queuing up for the BKB. And I guess this is understandable as well, because the Song can really put a spanner in his works.
That's true. Absolutely.
It doesn't happen.
For those of you that don't know what that means, that's a wrench.
A spanner? That's not what I mean. We have spanners in America, though.
Nope, we call it wrench.
Like if someone's being stupid, they're being a spanner.
Nope, nobody says that.
Do you call someone stupid a wrench?
Nope, we don't.
I guess it doesn't really make sense, because wrenches aren't stupid, they quick stop. It's an instant. Sunstrike, of course, Miracle. We'll reveal that they have that ward though. But hey, they'll take the kill. He sees the kills and he'll take it.
Was that just a random Sunstrike, or was that like...
They've got the ward, He was down there. He was farming the creeps.
I mean, I assume that he saw a hero, but... okay. I assume they had a vision.
This is getting again. Oh, mid lane, the jump in, but S4, that's a forehead surrounded by 4, and he is actually going to live. It's a reverse forehead, it's a pog jam. He'll survive. There's the Song counter to the Chrono. Matuma-Man now surrounded. Maybe this is the fight that OG can turn, but the Static Storm surrounds him. They try to hook him out, but the illusions block the hook. Matuma-Man, he may still survive though. He gets forced back. Can he live here? He's brought back, still gets the time walk out. Matuma-Man, but now he's going to get brought back again. The X-March drags him back in the end, ticking him down there, but he's still got the time walk. Matuma-Man will manage to escape everything.
Both teams really. Man, Batrider looks so close to dead, but the Savior Creep Wave walked in, split the Sunstrike and the healing ward as well to keep his HP full, but they just did not have the damage to kill Void. They did, but they didn't want to commit the Omni Slash. It looked like a guaranteed kill, but their damage is just not high enough.
Yeah, they only got you got the Omni and they get the GH kill, but yeah, GH is the only one to die in that. That's quite a miracle. Yeah, everything was dropped.
Mostly, except for the Omni. I didn't see a boat combo. Maybe Jerax gonna die.
No, Omni can have it. Safe Miracle starting to style.
Yeah, I think Jerax certainly spent his money on the wrong stuff this game. The Armlet was not the move. I think the phase was completely fine, but the this kill is okay. That's a line. They can do that one.
The other one there. So if you get more mind control, actually has Ren still. Liquid can still fight this, but Timberland just jumps in, pulls the Disruptor to pieces. If you can get anything more out of this, Santa will escape with the Blade Fury, but Liquid opening up the space to put some pressure on this bottom tower and finish it off. Tier 2 very, very low here. 22 to 25, and as we see just each kill each tower, swinging it between the two of them. This game is so damn close.
It is really close. Keeps going back and forth. Yeah, it's just, I haven't felt presence from Kunkka in like 10 minutes at least. The Pudge feels so much more useful right now than the Kunkka does.
I mean, in fact, do you remember when I said he was 5-0-11? That was quite a while ago.
Yeah, he's 5-0, 5-2 and 12 now.
Yeah. So he's got one extra, it really has slowed down massively.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He had such a good early, but to be fair, he had such a good early. It's hard to compare.
He had an amazing early game, but this is one of those times where your early game's so good, you spend your money on items that don't completely make sense. You just think they do because they're so far ahead. And they probably did temporarily, but ever since then, it's all been, if he gets nuked at all, he dies. If he gets stunned at all, he dies. And he has no utility other than his skills, which he already had before he spent the gold. Play mistakes there, kind of costing them a bit.
KB progress. 1200 away. And the recipe and the hammer. Nearly hitting that level 18 as well. Miracle. The levels are coming out the backside with the Midas. Level 21 now on the Invoker. Very much back on the route that he wants to be. Having the Aegis, the Lincolns, the Aghanims. And we'll be looking for the BKB as well himself. So totally understandable in these very chaotic fights. You need to be able to not worry about the massive amount of control OG have between the Kunkka and the Disruptor.
I think both teams need a lot of BKBs, and that they are building a few. Batrider needs one, 100%. That is his item. He's going to skip Force Staff. It's the most important thing because he needs to build it against the Nyx Assassin. Mind Control's reaction in that last fight where Batrider almost died was insane. Instantly in to reflect the damage and guarantee that Batrider gets locked down. Once he gets BKB, at least he can more reliably disable somebody and have some teamfight follow-up. But even still, their damage is weak. Their two supports have good damage, but it's a little situational. Batrider is not the biggest damage hero, and Naga Siren is not the biggest damage carry either. So I think that's really what's costing them some issues here. Even though they can do these like great song setups, they don't have anybody to just blow up whoever's inside of it. Until Juggernaut gets some big items. And right now he's going Manta into Scotty. I think it's a good choice. He needs HP to survive the burst. The slow utility is going to be really effective. But until he gets like an item after this, he's not going to kill like Faces Void or whoever else really rapidly.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Yeah, was it interesting that he goes for that over the diffuse? Because he did have the diffuser queued up earlier. I mean, would he go back
on Void?
Sorry, for Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
He went for the Scotty instead of the diffuser.
I didn't see him queue up diffusal myself.
He did have it at a point. He did have it queued.
It's the natural progression, but it doesn't his HP at all. And it's only good if you're fighting, and he's going to get BKB stun most of the time. So I think it was absolutely the right choice to.
You just got to keep yourself alive.
To focus on HP right now versus just a little bit of right click. He's too vulnerable against this many stuns and nukes. It's absolutely the right choice. He doesn't want to buy BKB either, so they did spot Invoker briefly. They know what's in the area. No gem just yet for OG. And No Tail very wisely hiding by trees. They make this a little easier.
Shot's got eyes on them. He will open up. Jump in onto S4, the song.
Oh, this is good. They got two big ones. Invoker can... Nope, they're going to run. Okay. I don't know if they saw it. They probably didn't know that Michael was there. Oh,
actually
great dodge.
Missing the Tornado, yeah. And No Tail jukes out the hook as well.
He got a little lucky in that the Ghost Walk ended about the same time the Tornado came out. I guess that's because he cast a spell, huh? Maybe.
And here we have it. He's got the BKB done.
Gank evaded, and they again TP No Tail to the top lane, immediately X pulling back. Actually, did he Manta dodge that one?
Oh, looks like he may have wanted to stay up there. Or maybe inadvertently. He's making the move back to...
He's like, oh shoot, press Manta, hurry.
There we go. Back down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is... I mean, what have we got? What's really the next big outcome in this game? But Timberman's just picked up the BKB, so next time we shouldn't see that problem happen, where he gets instantly held back by this.
He needs damage now.
Yeah.
Liquid is still very burst heavy, but once the BKBs become commonplace on OG's side, it's going to be hard for Liquid to take fights. Unless they initiate first, which they're very good at. Between Nyx and Blink Dagger Lion and maybe Pudge getting some ability. Nice, just got a Force Staff, so he's just normal right now. they've got some ways, but when the BKBs come out, it'll be tough. Egg's Disrupt will make a big difference too. But again, that's going to require sleep setups. They do have the level 3 Song of the Siren though, so down to 80 seconds cooldown, so they can definitely abuse that.
No-Tail still very much on track with his farm. Very, very close to having the Octarine jump. Getting the gold, and that Mystic Self will be on its way out to him.
I'm slightly surprised he didn't go for the Ensnare cooldown this game, because Ensnare's so good against distance force. Prevents him from leaping, but I guess attack speed is good if you want to focus more on carrying. I guess they're lacking right-click damage a bit, so could be decent. Jarek's still split pushing out the off lane here. He's picked up or he's queuing up a gem, that is. Okay. Definitely has some mana problems, but the lack of arcane boots really hurting him.
Yeah, it's true. It's certainly having to make a few trips back to base to ensure that he does have these combos that OG need him to pull off in his fights.
Even his counter, he just doesn't care about him. A little surprised, but I guess it makes sense. The torrent damage is kind of crappy. 30 damage is good, but probably doesn't think it's important. He's just going to split push safety until then.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of his skills just get so long.
Yeah, they really do. The difference between a third point of torrent and X, third point and fourth point between X and torrent is, I'm sorry, X and Tidebringer. Huge difference.
Things again slowing down for both sides, but both teams not really minding too much. It's allowing Ana to get the farm he needs. No-Tail continuing to farm very well. And now completed Octarine. And the rest of them over on Liquid. Miracle still heading the top of the net worth.
A rare 35 attack speed for Invoker. I think most get +7 stats. So. He is very good at right-clicking people. Like this guy, he's going to see the debuff though.
Time is money.
Jug might get found here.
Yeah, still hanging around.
Oh. That was just chance, I think. He just happened to spin TP at that exact moment.
Get it. Illusions will be spotted out. S4 actually jumps into this. I mean, he has got a BKB, so he's relying on his team backing him up. No-Tail comes in, but there's not going to be a chance for initial sell. He gets Chronosphered up. The boat comes in. He's getting bashed. Chain stunned as well. Tornado from Miracle. Can he sing his song? He can! Gets it out just in time, and that will be enough to allow him to disengage as OG look to get the hell out of there. Miracle hot on the chase, trying to see if they can get some sort of a catch. And Control heading forward as well. Will land the stun onto Fly. Kuroki blinks forward, and they should get this disruptor kill. No, Matumba, he blocks JH's hook. It doesn't matter. The Force 4's there. They will at least get the disruptor, but my goodness, if No-Tail didn't get the chance to get that song off, that could have gone a lot worse for OG. Yeah,
it was really close. I checked Kuroki's cooldowns right after. He did have Hexo, but he must have been out of range at the moment. They killed Batrider at least on the side. That's a lot better than just the disruptors. They've got to feel pretty decent about that one. Kuro is just farming illusions. Like, he actually just got 120 gold in this like 2-second period. 3 illusions killed. Soon to be 4. Hey. We're going to click on that button. It is actually so much gold. In fact, there's so many. I'm going to take a look at a couple.
Look at this stuff. Matumba and Miracle, they're trying for Roshan. There's two down on OG. Can they do anything else to stop it? Well, OG there's going to jump Ana in. He gets the Omni Slash kill onto Kuroki, and that's going to be enough to shake Liquid up. They're backing out the Roshan. Roshan down to nearly half of his life. And OG will make control around the pit.
The Crow kill is actually huge right now, just because the illusion went up. Even Juggernaut's fed a lot too.
This is some tight stuff on both sides. It really is who's going to slip up. There's a lot of weight on the line in the series. Incredibly crucial for both teams in these very, very close and hairy group stages. Octarine now complete for Miracle. He's nearly level 24, very close to that 25. One more level to go, and then he is going to be at his full maximum power. There we have it. We've got the stat now.
Only took gold. 8 presses. That's insane. 1k gold that he's gotten from illusion.
Definitely.
And pretty soon he'll get the 90 GPM perk. And even the Juggernaut has also fed a lot of illusions too. Well, I press the button, it'll be up in about 2 minutes. Sometimes a couple bucks, but he's according to the stats, he's 700 gold for Jug Illusion.
This OG, they do want to fight this. S4 looking for some sort of an opening on the side. You have Miracle eyeing up the best way to go. Matumba has already popped his BKB. We'll go for the chrono. Does catch Noto. That's gonna. I mean, there's no song, but Croaky, he's already gone. The torrent, the boat prior in. Croaky will buy out back. Can they kill Notel in time? Can he sing his song? The tornado comes in. Mind control. Looking to get the Vendetta hit through. They'll get the hook and such. Notel's down. Croaky has been trapped in the static storm though. They've lost 2, but it's OG as well losing 2, and they're the bigger losses with Notel down for 60 seconds. OG Anna, he's also being found out here. He'll try and play through himself away. He does have the, he's got the TP. He's doing the blink back trip. Will it actually work? Oh, it doesn't. The damage hits and comes out afterwards. He does get the Omni Slash out, but Matuma Man time walks off the damage. He's stuck in the wall of ice. Liquid, they'll get themselves the Juggernaut as well as the Naga Siren in that fight. Both cores down.
It was actually perfectly timed there. Right as the tornado ended, his Blink Dagger was still in the backpack.
Yeah, he was trying.
And then it came off cooldown, but he wasn't able to get the blink in time. And a lost fight there. The crucial thing, again, is Liquid's ability to kill Naga Siren before the sleep, and they got her. It was very close. The boat buff was up. She was getting hit with a lot of healing ward, but Sunstrike cleans it up eventually. Liquid with another great fight. Went for the AoE Deafening Blast this game as well. Be a really good advantage against Juggernaut. And he's just having a lot of trouble accelerating his items. Like, his net worth is not super high top of the charts.
He's certainly falling behind. Well, yeah, I mean, Miracle is... He's just in exactly that. It's just ridiculous how well he recovered. So I really can't believe it. If you look back at the start of this game, you know, there have been a lot of people lulling and foreheading, but now it's PogChamp all around. OG, as you said, I mean, how do they make sure that Noto can get this off? Is it just he's got to be more careful with his positioning? They've got to keep him right in the back. How do you counter this play from Liquid?
I mean, it's so hard. Liquid's mobility is amazing. They've got Void that can move around with BKB. He's a huge threat. They've got Lion. They've got Nyx Assassin Invis. They've got Invoker running around for things. They're one-shotting illusions. They should realize they're here.
S4 does eye them up.
How did he get over there so fast?
It was X-Mark.
Oh, okay.
They're doing the X-Mark scouting mission. X-Mark, S4, let him Firefly across the trees, get some good vision.
Oh, they got rooted. I mean, every time he runs these illusions in, he's giving so much gold to Curl, but they kind of have to for map control and vision. Boy, is it a lot.
That's up.
It's up to 2,500 gold now for Naga Siren illusions. Crazy. That's a lot. They gotta push out the lane. If they don't push out the lane, they get collapsed in and it becomes easier for Liquid to take an engagement.
Liquid, they've got Kuroki picking up a smoke as well. So very much ready to try and go and get that jump onto OG that they require. Try and do something about it. I do hope we get to this point. Jerax, he's doing it. He's looking for the axe on Kunkka.
It's actually a little harder to use. I tried it in an overthrow game the other day, and it doesn't go exactly where you put it, like it does now.
Yeah, it goes back to the old school.
Yeah, it's very short, but I mean, ultimately the goal is to kind of do a vacuum with your boat, right? But he doesn't even have mobility either.
Yeah, he doesn't have a blink to get behind them and drag. Yeah, it's hard.
Gonna be tough. I'm curious to see if he does it well. Like I'm sure he can, but we'll see.
I mean, if anything, one thing that could be kind of nice is the ability to just do it across the chrono and kind of force Matumba out into a stun.
But he's going to be BKB'd, so I don't think it's going to affect him.
You've got to work around the BKB. Now we're talking about things to work around. Mind control's now got a complete hit active. So this, I mean, this Nyx Assassin is going to be so disruptive in the fight. It's going to be even harder for Notos to get the chance to see it.
They have so many stuns. Yeah. I almost feel like Naga needs to get a BKB.
Oh, and straight up in onto Anna. Little bit of a mess up though. He doesn't commit the BKB, so Song will come through and OG may have a chance to turn. Jerax looking for the perfect setup, but the BKBs now come out in time. They're still focusing in onto Notel. Mind control burrows up. He's got the control. He's got the stuns. The diffusal blade coming out to Notel. Notel, can he get out of this? He can't. He goes down. Anna tried to turn with the Omni Slash, but he just hasn't got the damage. Looks to get himself away. Bly's going to be taken down by the burst of Kuroki on the side, and Mind control again burrows up. The initial stuns there onto Anna. Anna, oh, is he going to get out with the Blade Fury? No, he's not. Miracle blinks forward. Will get the 4th kill, and Liquid once again dominating the team fight.
They started off with a great Chronosphere, and they're following things up as well. The Song of the Siren was good, but the Disruptor TP'd in at the very last moment. He wasn't able to catch anybody in his ult, and the people he did catch all had BKBs.
And there's a lack
timing's
of
off here.
buybacks on OG. Only No-Tail with one available, and he gets himself straight back in. No Bat Rider for 40 seconds. One of the pluses being they do still have tier 2s on the other two lanes. Jarax heads forward. He's just going to get open him on immediately.
Dead.
He's gone, and that is the gem being fed as well.
Yeah, he was in the air when the X ended, and therefore it doesn't go through. It gets canceled. So he dies as well. 4 dead heroes, and that's going to be a Rax for Liquid here. It looks like they're going to win this game.
This is looking, yeah, but now to a 15k gold lead. OG, they will have the chance to put a stop to it.
Well,
they can't go for the game, Liquid here.
And the other huge thing is they still have their tier 2s up.
Yeah.
So Liquid can't even take a double Rax here. They should be able to take a double Rax, but they can't.
Yeah, the split push from the Naga has been keeping this way.
Alright, so that doesn't ruin everything for them. A 2 Rax would have been really hard to stop considering how the fights are going, but with only 1 Rax falling, they can hold on here, but they've got to win a fight, and it's so hard for them lately.
So hard. I mean, I think they just have to try and fight when Matuma doesn't have the Chrono. They've got to get in on this void when there's no ult, and they've just been unable to find that timing.
I mean, they just got respawn now, and Chronosphere's up. They don't have the mana, but it's so hard for them to find engagements. If Anna didn't get super out of control with items, they're just lacking damage. They're doing setups, but they don't have Disruptor Eggs, and they don't have a right-click carry that does enough. Like, Naga has to go for this Octarine build. He's going to get Diffusal Blade afterwards, but his hero damage is just not good. He'd have to like summon all of his illusions and blow one guy up, but there's so much AoE flying around on the Liquid side anyways that they can clear the illusions.
Yeah.
So even them trying to right-click somebody to death is probably not going to work. Maybe if they get like Ags on Disruptor, then they drain all the mana from Void, maybe then it works, but he's still got one cheese, there's going to be Arcane Boots from somebody. Now they're actually out of those, but still. It's so difficult for them to win this game at this point, or at least win fights. Gotta have perfect engagements. They don't even have like anything kind of cheesy like cleave. It's just damage is straightforward. It's gonna be a lot more easier for Liquid to play around the fights. No one wins a good fight, no one's a bad fight.
Fresh mate!
Some having quite the game as well. Some brilliant Chrono. He's not died at all as well.
3,300 gold now that Naga Siren Illusions have given to the Dire team. Massive. 900 gold from Jug's Illusions. That alone is honestly providing them a lot of farm. And they've got a lot of GPM perks on top of that. Pudge is about to hit 20 as well.
What can OG do? What can OG do?
Desperately split pushing. That's what they're aiming for, but
they've got to somehow, somehow sort of tackle a fight without Liquid's full 5-man pings. It's just been proven impossible to do. Liquid have just been playing. They've constantly been in the positions that they need to. They've always been there to back up the Chrono.
That's all they need, really. This song never really stabilized them enough. And all Jarax can do in the meantime is just slowly push out the bot lane. Looking at his like 5k golden items that he got so well in the early game, but just doesn't feel effective.
OG, 3 of them hunting up on this top lane. They've got the ward out. They're looking for that catch. They're looking to try and catch someone on their own. Ideally,
somebody farmed. Miracle would be good.
Miracle would be put, but he's got a Lincoln's. See if they can proc it and go in with the lasso.
Does he have a way? Okay, he does have a way.
There we go. They pop it. They're bringing back into the Static Storm. No. Messing around, they'll get the kill. GH tries for the save, does end up actually just grabbing the destruct, which is also fun, gets a kill in return, and they've got to get themselves out, OG. Liquid, hot on the trail, immediately in tree line, going for the TP out, S4 will escape. Anna is not going to be as fortunate though. Matuma Man cuts him off with the Chronosphere. Song from No-Tail, they're trying everything to get Anna out of there, and that song duration will be enough for the TP. The hook nearly coming in at the end of it all, but No-Tail will save Anna.
He had to leave, like No-Tail had to run there because his TP wasn't up, so that was so dangerous. That hook lands, changes everything back around, but that was a super good fight for OG.
Yeah, massive pickoff.
Disruptor absolutely did plan to get hooked there if there was a hook. He did not want Invoker to get out. They wanted to profit from their cooldowns, and luckily they did. No Chronosphere now for 70 seconds. So this is finally time for OG to cross the map and try to make something else happen, something reasonable, instead of this hide somewhere and look for a kill thing. Still got to push the lanes.
Anna does have that butterfly, so a bit more damage now.
Pretty good.
Dire's middle tower.
I'm honestly not sure if I like the heart choice for Naga Siren.
You maybe want to see maybe a butterfly instead of for her? Or? I mean, you need something because there's so much magical. If you get caught, you're gonna die. Maybe the heart with the HP gives you a bit of a chance, that extra chance to get the song off.
Yeah, that's probably the goal. At least the magic burst would do less for him, or at least possibly have enough raw HP to survive.
The GH is ready to waltz in with the Shiva's Guard. They'll song, and he's not going to be able to finish out underneath the cover of the song. He'll still continue to try and hit it. Now they've got to back off. The song's done. They do manage to get the real onto the Timmerman. No Chrono for 20 seconds. He keys the cheese, turns around, gets the bash, time walks away. GH with the dismember onto Fly and the hook. They'll take down Disruptor. The Static Storm was out time there to control the Timmerman, but again, where's the damage from the side of OG? It's not there. And now No-Tail out of mana. Stunned up Miracle coming in with a double deafening blast, and that's No-Tail down as well. GH hooks up Banner as well from the low ground, and Liquid and taking the team fights, and OG with no hope. There's just no damage. They just can't do anything, and Liquid, they're just outplaying them now at this stage. Each and every time, 50 minutes, 20k gold lead coming up. They've got to push down on this bottom lane. It's looking so rough for OG.
Yeah, there wasn't a Chronosphere, but there was a BKB from Void, and it just offset everything that the Naga Sleep did. It didn't give them the chance to set up on the heroes they wanted to. They had to deal with the Void, and then that basically countered Naga Sleep. Kunkka didn't get a combo off on somebody that he probably needed to. Just so tough for them to take a good engagement here with their lack of damage.
And as you said, just to really point to it, the fact that that was without the Chrono. If they, when they respawn, if there's even a chance for them to do so, there's going to be a Chronosphere. This is almost certainly over for OG as Liquid hitting onto the tier 4s. No buybacks available on OG. Only Jerax and Fly alive. One tier 4 down. Liquid pushing on. They've got that AC on Matumba. They've got a lot of damage to bring down these structures, and there's not going to be the chance for OG. GH and Miracle on Fountain control, making sure that Fly and Jerax do not leave the base. And in this crucial 3 games, the side of Liquid will take the victory. They bring down OG, and what a series indeed.
Yeah, amazing series there. Liquid, very hard fought, but they're
Как его контрить особо
Проблема остается с самого начала. Кстати, драфт уже. Это Бристол Бэк, и его нужно будет как-то убивать. Покупать Silver Edge здесь кому-то, ну, непонятно кому.
Не, в теории может...
Wait, look at their lineup. Their lineup is just screams running. They have Stampede.
Dude, IG have a 1,700, like a 1,600 gold advantage at the moment. A 2k experience advantage. This was never meant to happen. It was meant to be VP with the unkillable lineup. Of course, this lineup is going to hit a beautiful point coming into the mid game. So for all of this wonderful stuff happening early on, where we're being very happy, joy about it, it still can fall on its ass.
Hey.
Crystal Maiden caught out. Stampede will help kill her off.
Now that they have the Blink Dagger on Centaur, they have more plays available to them, but they don't have the greatest setup for relocate. Like, Blink Centaur stun is just okay, I would say. When you're versus a Queen of Pain, you want something way longer than a Hoof Stomp to be able to set you up. And because Earthshaker already has Blink, he is much more difficult to gank, and he's very close to a Shadow Blade. So Silver Edge, we could potentially see coming out before 25 minutes if he keeps working at it and doesn't keep dying. Actually, he's only died once, but... And then now, Wraith King is going to start to get involved very shortly. He will have his Deso soon. And then you have to look back towards game number 1, where IG got back in the game, able to sneak in Roche on the exact timing of the Deso hitting from Burning.
And if that happens again and VP lose this game, like, it's gotta...
Yeah.
It's gotta tilt you a little bit.
Yeah.
OP, worried he's being watched, push down the sentry ward. They got 2 sentry walls, IG, looking for Solo scouting. The creep wave started attacking Solo, so Solo knows where one of these sentries is.
So the Observer Wars are about to expire, but luckily that will coincide with Bristleback's Radiance timing, and now they can actually fight. This Radiance is coming out extremely early, and it's not a Radiance rush. It's a Vanguard Radiance.
Is it worth like burning switching his item build here? Because we go Desolator then into Blink Dagger, but to fight underneath the Radiance, is he going to need something a little more potent?
I don't think the Radiance is enough. Radiance alone is enough to justify going for anti. Detection, and still no signs of detection coming out from Team Virtus Pro. I see no dust and only sentries in Solo's inventory after already dying once, and it's only 1 sentry. So daytime, there's about a minute left. Darkness is up if they want to make it perma nighttime. By perma, it'd be 5 minutes, but with the Radiance timing, they've definitely seen on no one. I don't know if they want to take a fight right now. Burning is not quite fight ready. Yeah. It's a me, my sword, and me, whatever. I don't even know what you said. Me, my sword, and I.
Yeah, me, my sword, and I think is.
Tangkap lagi Kasha Grave di sana. Primal Split maksud gue digunakan, tapi ada Savage Roar di cancel. OG mencoba melawan balik di sini, tapi tidak bisa karena masih ada Blink. Di sana ada Mind Control mencoba melarikan diri. Dio dan masih ada sebuah stun.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Blink in, the Echo Slam catching force over the Fidger and the Sonic Wave! OP, the combo is nice, but they've only killed off the IO. At the same time, they killed off the IO. They did their objective right. OP finds one of the trees. They'll shut down Ramses. And now last but not least, that was a great.
Top tower is under attack.
They just needed Sonic Wave came.